If you've ever grabbed baby gear because the box looked safe and the price felt right, stop. The Consumer Product Safety Commission just warned about secondhand online baby gear, and we found 5 big names selling new products with risks you don't see on the shelf. Today I'll show you where the shiny packaging hides wobbling car seat bases, banned sleep aids, and recalled sleepers still lurking in consignment shops. Stay to the end. I'll give you the simple checks that help you dodge the brands with the longest complaint trails and the quietest refunds.
A story that may have you thinking twice when it comes to buying secondhand online products, especially for your baby.
The smallest among us,
Stroller, car seat, diapers.
need a lot of stuff. Maureen Sanchez tries to keep it minimal.
11 Alive consumer investigative reporter Liza Lucas shows us how these products are sold online on online platforms even after they're recalled.
Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great! Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Or something like that, which then my instinct was to go on Facebook Marketplace. Your instinct isn't like, let me see if it's recalled.
Calls a product or issues a unilateral safety warning, those products have often been linked to either a serious injury or a death.
Every week, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, issues recalls for defective or hazardous baby and kids products.
What you pay at the register is not the whole price. With Baby Trend, the rest shows up in complaints, recalls, and hours on hold. Let's start with why it looks safe. You see it everywhere. Big box shelves, promo end caps, a friendly price that feels like relief when the cart is already full. For a tired parent, that reach reads like a seal. Wide retail space often signals trust. Here, it mostly signals volume. But here's the kicker. Behind the shelf space sits an F rating with the Better Business Bureau and a stack of unresolved complaints. That mismatch matters. When a brand keeps selling while issues pile up, you are the backstop.
Products, but 11 Alive News investigates discovered they pop up for resale again and again.
If consumers are unaware that that's going on,
Routinely found recalled baby products across multiple sites, like the Boppy Newborn Lounger, recalled 3 years ago due to suffocation risk. In 2024, a CPSC team submitted nearly 40,000 takedown requests for recalled and banned baby items on online platforms.
The core gripe is simple and serious. Parents report car seats that do not adjust cleanly, bases that rock when they should lock, and newborn fit that forces a return run. That is not nitpicking. Harness glide matters because slack grows in a crash. A wobble at the base means more motion on impact. The more the seat moves, the more force the child takes. Research on restraint performance is plain. Fit and stability are the whole game. If the harness digs or sticks, you leave it a touch loose. If the base shifts, the shell whips forward and rebounds. It is like mounting a door on a bent hinge. You can close it, but it never seals.
Since 2022, the CPSCs sent letters to Meta asking the company to help prevent banned and recalled products from ever appearing for sale. They issued an alert after Fisher-Price recalled parts for over 2 million Snuggle swings due to suffocation risk. The CPSC. In 2023, a bipartisan group of lawmakers contacted Meta and more than a dozen sites, asking about protocols to prevent post-selling recalled items.
Then there is the repeat pattern you do not want to see. Recalls tied to faulty harness pieces, stroller wheels that pop off mid-use. Different products, same theme, parts that fail where safety lives. One model can be a fluke. A series is a system. Contrast that with brands known for steadier records and faster fixes. Fewer recalls, clearer support. You pay more, but you buy fewer doubts. And the bill keeps growing after purchase. Slow refunds and hard-to-reach support drag out the risk window. The product stays in your house while emails bounce.
From stores and online platforms. Yet 5 months later, we found these swings in original condition for sale on sites like Facebook Marketplace.
most important thing that families can do is don't assume that the products you have access to are safe.
Mark and eBay say they have teams and special technology to monitor and remove recalled items. Even then, some products slip by.
So why the F? Unresolved issues and a track record that repeats. Those recalls trace back to harness failures, wheel detachments, and stability flaws that cut at core safety. Now that you've seen how a bargain builds a safety debt, let's move to gear where the risk is inside the fabric. The box says calm and cozy. The risk shows up when the baby learns to roll.
So manufacturers could do a whole lot more to make the recall process easier for consumers, which could also cut down on reselling.
Advocates question whether online marketplaces can do more. Maureen, too, hopes for more systems to protect what's most precious.
Pretty challenging at the current state for the U.S. government to hold online marketplaces accountable.
Let's start with the shortcut that gets pitched when you're running on fumes: weighted sleep sacks and blankets. The pitch is simple: settle faster, sleep longer. The truth is simpler. The American Academy of Pediatrics says no weight on infants and keep sleep flat and firm. Consumer Reports warn that when babies roll, weight can turn a nap into a hazard. Here is the plain mechanics. Babies breathe with small chests that need room to rise. Add weight, and that rise gets harder. If they roll, the weight can press them face down, especially on a soft pad or any incline. It is like putting a hand on a bellows: the harder you press, the less air moves. Retailers took the hint. Amazon, Target, and others banned weighted infant sleep items. Yet you still see them on brand sites and in smaller shops, sold with soothing music and claims that skip the risk. That gap keeps parents guessing, which is the last thing you need at 3 a.m.
The Fisher-Price Rock and Play Sleeper for babies is not allowed to be sold in Canada because it does not meet the current standards in this country, and Fisher-Price issued a recall, but the company is facing widespread criticism for the way it has handled this problem. But it is available in the United States, and it's caused heartbreak for dozens of families. At least 30 deaths have been reported there.
Now let's move on to the incline story that set off alarms. The Fisher-Price sleeper recall followed deaths linked to positional asphyxia. The tilt that felt soothing made rolling deadly. Years later, the design is banned, but the products still pop up in closets and secondhand feeds. And that is the secondhand trap. Consignment racks and marketplace listings give bad gear a second life. A recall fades from the headlines, the listing looks clean, and the hazard walks back into a nursery. You do have safe swaps. Go with non-weighted swaddles and plain sleep sacks from reputable makers. Keep the sleep surface flat, firm, and clear. You can check a product in seconds against AAP advice and retailer rules. Here's the payoff. Weighted is off limits per AAP. Big retailers already acted. Flat and firm gear is easy to find, easy to verify, and it does not hide a catch. Avoid weight, avoid incline, and check recalls before you click buy. The lowest price is not a win if it buys you recalls, stalled refunds, and nights spent second-guessing gear that should be boring and safe. That is the real math. You pay in time, stress, and risk. Do the checks that cut the noise. Look up every product on the CPSC recall database before you buy, especially secondhand. Skip weighted sleep gear. Avoid inclined sleepers. If you spot a shady listing, report it. Share this with the one friend hovering over by now. Your comment drives the next deep dive. Drop the brands you want investigated so we keep the heat on the baby aisle, not your sleep.